record. Okay, we are recording. So we have not done a Delta Fire team call in, I know, way too long, and that is totally my fault. I just have not been focused on much of anything lately. So that all changed at Summit. I got super pumped up again, and I needed that, and I needed to be there and hear all the information, but I needed to be with you guys too. And Christine, we missed you. We missed Suzanne. We missed Bree and Rachel and all them. And but we had a blast. And you all will be there with us next year. Hey, Sarah. So anyway, I got like totally recharged, and I think we all needed that. And I think we all needed the bonding and the new stuff coming out and just that renewed energy. And I feel like, excuse me, just ate dinner and I feel like I've got like salmon stuck in my throat. Woohoo! But anyway, we all needed that. So I just made a quick little slideshow. I wanted to go over a quick little recap, but I also wanted to talk about just a couple things, ideas coming up, just kind of some stuff. And then for you newer coaches that are on here, Hannah, Sarah, y'all that were, first timers, if you can just maybe share just a tidbit at the end, what your biggest takeaways were, like what impacted you the most, things like that, for our coaches that haven't yet been to Summit and that are considering like, okay, well, should I go, or is it like, should I not go? Is it worth the investment? And which, yeah, it is. We all know that. But anyway, so I think hearing from first time Summit goers will be awesome for them. So, hey, Holly, love your shirt. Okay, so I'm going to flip over and do the slideshow real quick. Oh, I guess I got to share my screen first. I just like totally clicked over to it on my computer. Let me share my screen. Okay. See if I can get this into presentation mode here. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. Summit recap. Can y'all see that okay? Cool. So this is obviously our team call after Summit. It is July, is it the 16th? Yeah, it is the 16th. I didn't know if I typed the date right. It is also customer launch day of Morning Meltdown 100. So hopefully everybody's got, going on that strong right now. I know I've got quite a few links out today, so that's fun. So first thing, how do I move my slides? Oh, I click on them. Okay. Summit this year was all about celebrating. We were celebrating each other. We were celebrating bonding, team bonding, friendships, successes for the year, and just all this stuff coming. I love the theme, and I'm not going to go real deep into this because obviously Christina Delgado is much better at talking about all this like super emotional, deep stuff than I am. And so I'm just going to say everybody needs to watch the Diesel Nation call regardless. It was incredible. It was a longer one, but honestly, like you didn't even want to turn it off because it was just so good and so just even more motivating and gave you more things to think about. So I know the link has just gotten posted. I'm going to post it in Delta Fire as soon as I finish this. So it was a great theme with You Belong Here. I thought everything was just really good with it. New things coming out. I'm going to fly through this because Christina covered a lot of it. New programs, obviously, Morning Meltdown 100. Customer launch today. VIP Early Access starts the 29th. Our team is going to have kind of two groups running. I am going to stay in Virtual Gym, which is our ongoing group that we've had forever, and I still love it. And honestly, it stresses me totally out if I'm doing multiple groups at once. So Suzanne and I talked. I'm going to stick with the Virtual Gym one and have a whole unit in there, just like we did with, I think it was Lift 4 that we did in there, and Transform 20. There will be a whole unit with all of the Morning Meltdown posts. And I'm kind of brainstorming ways to do that. I kind of think I'm going to do like a Monday through Saturday workout type post and still have Sundays as an off day, but I'll put some polls up in there and see what everybody wants to do. So anyway, I'll still be in Virtual Gym. Suzanne is going to run the group that combines Morning Meltdown 100 with Miracle Morning. So Suzanne and, those of you that want to help her with that as well. So we'll kind of have two groups. You're welcome, of course, to be in both if you want. You put your customers where you feel it would be a better fit. Let's see. Also on the 29th starts Jericho's 2-week only super trainer group. It's going to be a really intensive training with Jericho for us, so that we know how to help our coaches better. There will be a second group coming. I want to say it's in October, maybe it's September. I can't remember the date. It's all in FAQ 8306, but there's going to be 2 super trainer groups. They're each going to be 2 weeks long. The goal of this first one is to get your new customers that are in it, or your new coaches that are signing on right now in that, and then help your customers, really hard, at least this next month and ongoing, and convert them to coaches so that they can be in that second group with Jericho. Okay, next. New program, 6 weeks of the work with, I cannot pronounce his name, Amolia Caesar. I might totally be butchering that, and I apologize. I need to re-listen to somebody else say it first because I don't know how to say it. But it's a 6-week workout, 6 weeks program, 36 workouts. He is a new trainer to Beachbody, but he works very closely with athletes, like legit athletes, NBA, NFL players, that kind of stuff. Seems really good. It will definitely be for a specific subset of clients. Not everybody's going to want to do this program, and that's okay. But I think it's going to be really good for the guys. I think it's something that they will probably love. And even any women that just want to push it to the next level and really get their butts kicked. To me, I'm kind of almost thinking of it like a P90X2 thing. It's seriously challenging. It's different. This is not going to be a beginner thing at all. So anyway, that is coming. It will be on sale, and VIP early access is all going to start on September 30th. It's not going to be loaded into Beachbody On Demand in the member library until springtime. I think that's a really, really good thing because it's going to help us to drive volume with people getting it during this long VIP access window. That will be really good for coaches, and FAQ for that's 5106. And just a little note on that, because I've had a couple questions about why Beachbody is going back to, having these VIP launches and almost having the coaches pay for the new programs again, even though we have Beachbody On Demand. And what happened, just a little backstory to this that I don't know that I've talked about a whole lot. We've had a lot of volume discussions lately in the Roundtable, which is my 5-star and up group with corporate. Excuse me, over the past couple months, and everybody across the board has been noticing drops in their volume, and it all started back in 2017 when Beachbody On Demand hit. And the reason is because all of a sudden everybody had access to everything, and it really hit the coaches harder than I think corporate even expected it to. I don't think it's something that they anticipated or that they meant to have happen, but obviously they need it to go to an online platform because, who buys DVDs anymore, right? Nobody. So they needed to switch it up, and it's just we're still just figuring out how to really make it all work. So part of helping us as coaches is having these VIP access periods where, our new customers, our coaches, everybody, purchases the program just like we used to have to do. We all used to have to do that. When 21 Day Fix launched, we all had to buy the DVDs. When Fix Extreme launched, we all bought the DVDs. Same with PIO, P90X3, all that stuff. It's how it always was. And having everything in BOD when it was truly all access to everything almost really devalued it, because it was such a ridiculous amount of programs for such a crazy low price, that people just didn't value. I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of value built in when things don't cost what they're worth, I'm not saying they should jack the prices up, but this is a really good way to kind of fix the situation and have really, really good content still coming on to Beachbody On Demand, but also helping us out as the coaches. That's a really big part of it too. We need those volume boosts. So anyway, that was sidetracked, but I don't know that we've ever really talked about that a lot. So this program is coming out in September. Next will be, and I did
before
not.
You move,
Yeah.
Sorry, before you go on to the bar blend, they said that there's going to be a clean version. Has anybody said anything yet about if it's just going to be like bleeped out or if it's going to be like totally, I mean, I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, it's like they have to film 2 different workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming.
Because that was my concern. Because I'd kind of like to do it, but I do it in the living room, so I don't really want the boys to hear it. But if it's just bleeped out, then they still know.
No,
that's why I didn't know how they were doing it, and they didn't really say.
And they didn't say, and I don't have an answer on that, honestly.
Okay. I didn't know if anybody had brought it up and mentioned it.
Not that I've heard so far. So far, all I've heard is that everybody is really excited about the not clean version.
Yeah.
Which is actually really funny.
Yeah.
Like you. I mean, if they're working out with me, I'll be doing the clean version, and I think that probably for the majority of us on our team. So I don't know. I can only guess that they probably will bleep it out though, because I mean, surely
I can't imagine they would take the time to reshoot it completely.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because it would be different.
I don't know. Bleep out like a whole sentence and just have music blaring. I don't know. No. I haven't. If I do hear anything though, I'll definitely let everybody know. So, yep. Good question. So after that will be bar blend. This is something that coaches have been asking for years. We have been asking for a full bar program. We have a couple of individual workouts. I know Autumn's got one. Somebody in that 20s thing that they did had a bar workout, but I don't even know I don't even know what her name is. But anyway, so this is going to be, it's not something I'm going to concentrate on yet, but it's going to be our big December, January launch, which I think is really, really good because it's going to hit a target group of people that are just wanting to start on their fitness come January, people that haven't been doing anything. And so it'll be, a good low impact workout. There are a lot of people that can do bar. I mean, they might not hold a plie squat for a minute, but they can do some sort of modification of it. So I think I'm super excited about it. I know we've got a lot of dancers on the team too. So I know we're all going to be hitting up bar blend really, really big. I'm excited. That's really all I'm going to say on that. They don't even have images out or training out on this yet. It'll be coming later on, but that'll be our big launch for wintertime. Okay, new nutritionals. I know you all know about this, but we are all super pumped. Pumpkin spice is coming back on September 3rd. One thing that they did say, one thing that they did say is they are going to have a lot more stock of it than they did last year. I don't think they ever anticipated selling out in I think it was 15 or 16 hours. So they are going to have a lot more stock. And I think they said, I'd have to go back and look. Yeah, 2 launches. I think they said they're going to have a September 3rd, kind of for all the coaches to get everything they want. And then I want to say I heard something about a second wave of it. So more of our customers can be sure to have more. Maybe they're holding a bunch back for customers, something like that. Anyway, this fall we'll have more pumpkin spice. So that's amazing. That was one of my highest.
I think it was October 1st.
Is that what it was?
I was writing it. I was trying to find where I wrote it down, but I think that he said October 1st that they were going to have it at the beginning of October for a second wave. So even if they did sell out in September, that they would have it again in October.
Perfect. Yeah, I thought that's what they said too, but I didn't write anything down. That was one of my highest paycheck weeks ever. The week of pumpkin spice ever. It was insane. So get on board with that. Even if you don't like pumpkin spice, 90% of the people in the world do. So anyway, and then coming November 1st, I'm really excited about this one. Peppermint mocha. That sounds amazing to me. I'm not a huge pumpkin person, but I actually did like pumpkin spice. But peppermint mocha will be awesome for wintertime. So that is coming. So that'll be 2 really big, shake pushes at the end of the year or in the fall. And then we've got I want to say, Christine, if you've got the date written down for the beach bars, you can remind me because I don't know it. But anyway, plant-based beach bar.
Hey, Kim,
Yeah.
they don't have a date for the beach bar yet. They said
They don't?
coming soon, but no date.
Awesome. Well, it'll be this fall, I'm pretty sure. Plant-based chocolate almond crunch. What I'm hearing people from corporate say that have had this already is that it is their absolute favorite, even better than the two that we already have. So that's exciting. Plant-based, I think, is much, much needed since we have so many that, want dairy-free and like all that kind of stuff. So there's that. And then our collagen, which, as we know, is already on sale and already going over really, really big. I'm not going to say a ton on the collagen. Yes, it's amazing. No, it has no taste. I can't taste it in my shakes, or I've put it in shakes and coffee already so far. I can't taste it. And it mixes really, really, really well. It doesn't leave any granules or residue or anything like that. But I'm not going to say a ton about it because everybody just needs to watch the Diesel Nation call. Kaylee, I think, Calabrese's Autumn's sister, did a really, really great talk on all the benefits of it and really got into some of the science of it. So, but start talking about that too. And that would be a really easy add-on item for a lot of people. Just popping it in their carts or including in your email message that, hey, you might want to check out our collagen boost that we have now. I know it's, super important for all of us that are like, over 20. So anyway, which is like all of us. So that's amazing. Okay, coming, and I do have something I want to say about this. France is our next international expansion. So that's super fun. And then what I'm even more excited about, not that I'm not excited about France, because I am, but it sounds like they're really going to start rolling out more countries much quicker instead of like every 2 years. So I know they've been working really hard on that, and they're going to really try to start rolling them out a lot faster and doing them in like geographic sections, So I think that's great. And one thing I want to say, I know everybody's super pumped about it, about a new expansion. It's not going to be until Q2 of next year. That's like literally a year away. Michael Neiman said this. Christina said it on their call today. Don't get like all in over your head about France right now, because it is a year away. We will have plenty of time to, get into trainings, and corporate will help us with like what their culture is like and like all that kind of stuff as it gets closer. But right now, and I saw this happen with a lot of people with the UK launch, people went like gung-ho UK and totally forgot about their business here in the States, which is not a smart thing to do because we live here. The majority of us live here. This is where our business is. Yes, we will be able to expand, but just don't stop working on your current US, UK, Canada businesses and only focus on France. Okay. So just wanted to make that note. We will have stuff coming, as things get closer. Okay. This is a big, big, big one, which you all know because we've been talking about it like crazy the last 2 days. Summit 2020 is going to be in New Orleans. It'll be our second year going back. And I will say it right now. I did not love New Orleans. I am very biased though. My whole family is from New Orleans and I've been there. I couldn't even tell you how many times. It doesn't excite me as a city because I've been there my whole life. Like I've always gone there. Last time we were in New Orleans, there were a lot of logistical issues. Things were way too far apart. We had a house that was way over here. We had a Superdome way over here, convention center way over here. Like it was so spread out that all we did was like try to figure out how we were going to get from place to place in time. And oh my gosh, we've got to eat at some point. Like literally that was all we did. Next year, I love the changes that corporate has made. We're going to have like everything for one day will be at the Superdome, and then the next day will all be at the convention center or vice versa. But we won't be going back and forth. That's like a 30-minute walk. We won't be going back and forth the whole time. And I think as much as I loved having a house with all of us in it, I think for this particular city, as spread out as the city is anyway, we need to be right there by the convention center, like as close as possible so that there's no Ubering, driving, walking. New Orleans is not the safest place to be like walking around by yourself at night. So I don't want anybody getting in that situation. I know that from seeing too many things happen there growing up. So I got a couple hotel rooms at the Hyatt, which is literally directly across the street from the convention center. It's right there. I know Holly and Amy have some rooms at the Hampton Inn, which is right beside us, right beside the Hyatt. So we're all trying to get as close as possible right on that strip, and there's a lot of options right by the convention center. For those of you that have your Summit tickets already, well, for those of you that don't, get them, because there's another special price going on, $150 through the end of July. I think it's the 28th. So get your tickets now. And then you get to book your hotels. I guess everybody can book starting tomorrow. So just see what you can find that's as close as you can get to that area. If there's nothing, don't freak out. Things are going to open up throughout the year. Like, it'll be fine. So don't flip if, the hotels that you're wanting are not available right now. So yes, it will be hot. New Orleans in July is really freaking hot. So just like me, I'm going into that thinking my hair was probably going to be in a ponytail the whole time. I'm not blow drying it and all that stuff, because literally it's like you walk outside and you hit a wall of water. It's so humid there. But I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It is a fun city. There's so many great places to eat and all that kind of stuff to eat for coaches. But it will be a lot of fun. So I'm going to have you newbies talk about that in just a second. Let me see what else I have in here. That might be it. Yep, that's it. Okay. Let me close out my screen. I'm going to stop sharing. Okie doke. I do have a couple other things to say, but first, Hannah and Sarah, I would love to hear y'all's take on Summit this year. And let me say one more thing real fast. I think I only have 30 or 40 minutes on my Zoom calls. So if it kicks all of us off, I'll make a new, and we're not done, I'll make a new link and I'll put it in Delta Fire like real quick, and we can all pop right back on. I don't have the paid account anymore, so I get kicked off now. Okay. Who's up? Sarah?
I guess I'll go. Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so first off, it was just an awesome, incredible experience. And I really think that if you really want to build this business and, really get into coaching, I think it's like pretty much essential to go to Summit. Just being there around the energy and just the motivation alone was just surreal. And I just learned so much, even from you guys as teammates, that it was just awesome. Like today, I've been like sick as a dog on the couch, barely moved all day, but I was just still so excited from all the, excitement from Summit and all the motivation that I've just been talking to people about Morning Meltdown all day. So it's just like, it was just really an awesome experience. Like the motivational speakers were amazing. Hearing the top coaches speak, they had a lot of really good tips. This workouts, which, they of course were amazing, but I can't even put into words like how great the experience was. And I think just everybody needs to be there.
I couldn't agree more. And I think, kind of like you said, it's so surreal, and it's something that you can't like describe to people. You just have to be there and experience it, and I remember feeling like that my first Summit too. And kind of like I told you guys, that we're new this year, I was like, your second Summit is even better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I will say I thought it was a little bit overwhelming at first, just because I hadn't gone before. I didn't really know what to expect, and I mean, it's a lot to be around like 20,000 people at a time. It's so it was a little bit overwhelming, but just the experience was like so incredible, and I'm just so glad I went. So
we were so glad to have you there. It was so good. Finally.
Great to meet everybody, and it was just a lot of fun. So
yay, I'm glad you had fun. We loved it. We loved having you.
Yay.
And we will see you there, hopefully, again next year.
Yep, that's the plan.
Yay! Thank you for sharing that. Very good, very good. Hannah, what about you?
All right. So, it's, same stuff. It's a crazy inspiration. The true feeling of team, like you don't realize what it's like being around people you don't even know. I'm not even talking about around the big team of Diesel Nation. But I'm talking about all of Team Beachbody, how everybody is like a team there. And you really get that. We're all there to support each other. The real talk, like no holding back, like this is what you've got to do. If you want to do it, you're going to do it, or you're not going to go anywhere. And so, I mean, I think that's an amazing thing. And, when you look at that hour and a half long workout and you go, oh my gosh, I always do 30-minute workouts. There's no way I'm going to survive this. That feeling of energy you get from working out with 20,000 people is amazing. And you just can't help but like bring that home with you. And then what else I would say is, if you're doing your personal development like you should be, you find that really good author that like you click with and you get really pumped up reading it, like multiply that by 10. And that's what you take away from Summit. And it's just this crazy high and this, it's an awesome drive. And then of course, your job is just to keep it going. And so that's what all I'm learning now. But I think that's really it. It's a awesome experience.
Awesome. Thank you. I was super excited that you were there too with us. Of course, I've known Hannah for a long time, but not like super close, like I feel like we're a lot closer through this, but I know everybody had a great time with you and enjoyed meeting you. And we were so excited to have all the Summit newbies there. There were a lot of you guys this time, so it was great. And Holly, Amy, Christine, if y'all want to jump in and add anything, please feel free. For me, one of the biggest things at this point, I love hanging out with all you guys most, honestly. That is my favorite part because I don't know, I've sat in the classes for years now, and I still love the motivation and the workouts and all that stuff and always will, but I love hanging out with our team, and getting to know each and every one of you even better. I feel like that just makes us, or me anyway, push even harder throughout the year, because you know what the bigger picture is and you're doing things for the team, so that's a cool thing. Anybody else want to add anything? I did get a 10-minute little pop-up warning, so there's that. Anybody?
I will.
Hey, go ahead.
I was just going to say last year, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So last year was my first year at Summit and I was like way overwhelmed and didn't know anything. And it is true when you go the second time, like, I mean, it's still overwhelming because it's Summit, but like, I don't know, you guys, you get so much from it the first time, like the energy and stuff. And I think when you go the second time, you're able to like soak in more of the educational part. I mean, I know like last year I just hit a wall and I was like, my brain is like, it's full and like I can't take anything else in, like it's done. But this year, like I came back with just, I don't know, so much knowledge. And then I think I told Kim yesterday, like, I just feel like the thing that I took this year was like, you don't have to know to go. Like, just go. It doesn't matter if you know, you just have to go and do it. Do the stuff, and make it happen. That was my main takeaway this year, I think. So I have a much different feeling than I was in a funk before I went anyways with coaching, and it's just rejuvenating. So
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Yep. I totally agree. I remember too, my first Summit, like you said, information overload. And I got home and somebody was even talking about this in Summit. You have this list of like, 100 things you want to do. And you get home and you look at this paper and it's like, how on earth am I going to do all this stuff? And as you go more and more times, just like Amy said, you learn to kind of focus in on things that you need to learn for your business at this point in your business. And I think you get better knowledge because, you just have more of a feeling of what it's going to be like, I think. So, yep.
Yeah. And one other thing, did anybody watch National Wake Up Call yesterday or listen to it?
Not yet.
It's all about getting home from Summit and making use of what you learned. So it's not like earth shattering or anything, but it is good. Like she talks about, can't remember her name, but this was her 7th Summit. And she talks about how the first time she came home with all this stuff, but it was too much.
Mhm.
And so it's like what she does now to make sure whatever she loved at Summit that she actually applies when she gets home. So it's a good one to listen to if you can. I listen to that stuff when I'm driving. So
Perfect. Thank you. I need to listen. Anybody else? Oh. Holly wants to say something, but she's talking to somebody else.
Hey, I was going to jump in and say a couple things.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I really take away, and this was my, third summit? Third summit.
Mm-hmm.
To me, sometimes I get in my own head with competition, comparison game, where I think they're doing so much better than me. They come up with better content than me. They're always on their game, on their stories. And then I shut down because I think I can't do this anymore. This is just too stressful. But when I go to Summit, not only, like Amy said, it's rejuvenating and it gets you fired up again, but you realize every coach there is different. They're in a different walk of life. They have a different profession, or Beachbody is their profession, or different family life, or no kids. Everyone has a different different people to market to. And people look to each one of us because we're friends with them, or they relate to us, or they find some hobby they have in common with us. So we all have someone that in our lives that God is going to place there that we can relate to, and they need our help. And it just rejuvenates also. Secondly, our products are superior to any other company scientifically, and we need to have confidence in that and realize that not only can we relate to people and help them, but we are helping them with stuff that is sustainable. There's going to be longevity with it because it's not a fad. It's not going to just be a bunch of products. We're not just selling stuff. We are helping them truly with their health, not just trying to make money off them with some wrap or pill or patch. This is life-changing because it's natural, it's organic, it's nutrition and fitness. Who doesn't need that?
Right.
And that's what I feel like I always get rejuvenated with when I go to Summit. And I'm always in a funk before I go too, because at the end of that, you're just like, I keep trying, and I'm spinning my wheels or whatever. So that's why I think it's so important to go. It's make or break for a business, really. I don't see how you could not go. It's professional development.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can afford to get there, I feel like it's definitely worth your while. That's it.
Totally agree. And I feel like I don't know if Summit is at the time of the year as it is on purpose, although I'm sure it's summertime just because kids are out of school. But it seems like it's always also at a time of year that everybody's struggling because life has been so crazy for the past couple months, and I feel like there are a lot of us that are in a funk before Summit and go because of everything that's happened in the whole year, and you go and you get so rejuvenated. And then, being with your team again, just all the energy is back up and all the belief is back. Not that it really ever went anywhere, but like Holly said, you start doubting yourself. You start thinking, oh, well, I'm not doing this right. So-and-so's doing it better. Well, yeah, who cares what so-and-so's doing? That's not you. It does not matter what everybody else is doing. It truly doesn't. So,
right.
Yeah, really good points.
And I wanted to say,
no, you're good. Go ahead.
I wanted to say too, I was kind of in a funk pretty much since January, and even questioning if I still wanted to coach or not. And I figured, I'd go to Summit and see if I got remotivated. And that definitely happened.
Yeah.
And one thing that I really took away from it, Rachel Hollis, she's just amazing anyways. But the one thing she said that really stuck with me was just try anything. So that's what I've been doing. I mean, I'm trying not to compare myself to anybody else or what anybody else is doing. I'm just putting myself out there and just, really just trying again. So it was just really motivating for me in that way.
Awesome. Yeah. It's great. I'm glad you're trying again. Okay, this is going to shut down in a second. So do y'all want me to make a new link real quick and we can keep chatting?
Is there more to
Sure.
discuss?
There's just a couple little things that I was going to talk about. So
Sure.
okay, I'll do that. And yeah, so go check Delta Fire for a new link and we'll be right back, okay?
All right. Just
All right.
hit leave meeting in the bottom right.
Yep, there you go. See you in a second.